What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, it's a very, very sad day in America today. If you watch news, it's a former senator out of New Jersey just was sentenced to 11 years in prison, and he got caught taking bribes with gold bars, cash, Mercedes-Benz, along with two other business partners, and I believe it was from Egypt. And it's just a really sad day in America. So watch this video and let me know.
Chairman Bob Menendez has been sentenced to 11 years in prison. Remember the gold bars and the Mercedes? The Democrat from New Jersey was convicted of taking these bribes and acting as an agent of Egypt. National correspondent Brian Yennis has been following this, and he's reporting now from the courthouse in New York City. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Martha. Well, you just said it. The judge, Sidney Stein, handing out an 11-year sentence against former Democratic Senator of New Jersey, Bob Menendez. According to prosecutors, this is the harshest criminal sentence that has ever been handed down to a U.S. senator in our nation's history. We're still waiting on more details as we get them as to whether or not he'll have to pay a fine. Now, this follows two of his co-conspirators, two New Jersey businessmen who were also sentenced today to 7 and 8 years in prison, and they had to pay over a $1.2 million fine. This extraordinary sentencing comes after a jury last July convicted Menendez of those 16 federal charges, including bribery and acting as a foreign agent on behalf of the government of Egypt. Menendez was found guilty of selling his influence to those New Jersey businessmen, but also to the government of Egypt in exchange for those gold bars and hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash that were found at his home in New Jersey. And of course, who can forget that convertible Mercedes-Benz as well? Now, prosecutors asked the judge to sentence Menendez to at least 15 years in prison and to pay an over $2 million fine. They said in court today that it was a truly grave breach of the trust that was placed in Menendez. They also noted that this was the first time that a U.S. senator has ever been convicted of a crime in a leadership position as U.S. senator. That is chair of the Foreign Relations Committee. It's also the first time that a U.S. senator has ever been convicted of being a foreign agent while they are a public official working on behalf of the people of this country. Now, Menendez spoke in court today on his behalf, and he cried. He cried in front of his son and his daughter. He said that you have before you a, quote, chastened man. He said, quote, other than family, I have lost everything I care about. Every day I am awake is punishment. His lawyers argued, Martha, that in the arc of his life, he has done more good than bad. They were hoping for at 8 years in prison, and he ended up with 11 years and making history today.
Our top story at this hour is the sentencing of Bob Menendez. A judge sentenced the former senator to 11 years in prison because of a corruption scheme involving gold bars and cash. Chief investigative reporter Jonathan Neese was in court when the verdict came down. John, what's the latest?
Yeah, Natalie, Bob Menendez sobbed in court as he begged for mercy, but he left court defiant, using Donald Trump's line, calling his case a, quote, witch hunt. Earlier, the judge was having none of it. He scolded New Jersey's one-time senior senator that he had sold out his office, sold out his country, all in exchange for payoffs.
I am innocent.
Bob Menendez speaking out this afternoon after federal judge Sidney Stein said Menendez had taken enormous amounts of bribes.
President Trump is right. This process is political and it's corrupted to the core. I hope President Trump cleans up the cesspool and restores the integrity to the system.
What did he just say? It's political. How is this political? Man, you got caught with gold bars and cash in your house. What? Did you just hear that right? It's political? It's a witch hunt? How is it a witch hunt when you have gold bars? Your wife, I think, tried to take the gold bars and liquidate them at a local pawn shop or something or whatever, and it's political, man. I don't think so. Not this time. That's for sure. All right, let's continue with the story here. This is crazy.
Defense originally just wanted 2 years, the judge giving him 11 years for numerous crimes, including taking payoffs to act as an agent for the Egyptian government. The acting U.S. attorney said the sentences imposed today result in egregious abuse of at the highest levels of the legislative branch of the federal government. In court service, how he rose to the heights of power from being the child of Cuban immigrants. Menendez will have before you a chastened man, chastened by the jury's stinging verdict. Menendez resigned from the Senate in August after being convicted of several criminal schemes. He was convicted of cash, balls, and a numerous ladies. An FBI search at Cliff's home turned on bags, clothing, even shoes. In exchange, said he tried to help 3 New Jersey businessmen. One, while Menendez helped get an exclusive halal meat export business with Egypt. Menendez allegedly gave some Egyptian officials sensitive government committee. Bribe payer Hana was sentenced today to 8 years in prison. Menendez also took care of Davies, who's worth $130 million, wept as the judge sentenced him to 7 years. A third businessman, Jose Uribe, pleaded guilty to buying the senator and his wife a Mercedes in exchange for help with General Menendez has said he did not know his wife was taking cash and gold bars from longtime friends. Other money he claimed he'd with the public.
So, what do you guys think of that? I mean, I just think it's sad. It's sad that, this isn't like some, we've had scams here in Illinois, but it's not like, some treasurer of some small county stealing millions to buy a bunch of racing horses. That's a local story here in Dixon, Illinois. This is a U.S. senator that was a senior U.S. senator as well, not just a new guy. So this is what he was caught doing, but it's kind of scary. Like, what else did he do in the past that he didn't get caught doing? Like, why all of a sudden do it now? You're here, how old? You've been a senator for how many years? Let's look that up. Let's check it out. Let's see how long he was a senator. All right. Senator from January 17, 2006, and he resigned August 20th, 2024. 71 years old. Very sad. Very, very sad. Prior to that, he was U.S. House of Representatives from 1993 to January 2006. And prior to that, he was a member of the New Jersey Senate. So that's the state Senate from 1991 to 1993. And prior to that, 1988 to March 1991, New Jersey General Assembly. And prior to that, 1986, I was 10 years old, to 1992, he was the mayor of Union City. And his wife's got to go to trial too, because she took bribes as well, or took cash, took gold bars. it's kind of scary, and it you know, if you get caught when you're 71 years old, like what's the end all be all? Like why do it now? Has this guy been doing this the entire time? Since day one? Are there going to be stories coming out of Union City from him taking bribes from local business people to get things done in the city, taking bribes in New Jersey directly? Did he get all these positions in the first place from bribes? I mean, it's just really corrupt. It's a very, very sad day in U.S. history. It's not political, has nothing to do with it. You got caught, and what? It's just really sad. So hopefully we clean this up. We clean this mess up. I mean, we as taxpayers, we get taxed so hard. Like, I'm in Illinois, we get taxed. We have income tax is almost 6%. I think our local sales tax is 10%, and I think he still gets his pension too. I think no matter what, like, you could be a senator for a day and get ejected or whatever, and he's still going to collect a pension. So, but I mean, he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. I mean, 71 years old, going to jail, 11 years. Let's say a Democrat eventually takes the presidential office again, 4 years from now or 8 years from now. They might pardon Menendez. It'll be something that you never read of, but the guy's probably going to die in prison, which is sad. So, at age 20, he was Union City School District Board of Education. He's a lawyer. He became mayor very young. I mean, this guy just didn't become senator. Yes, this is a senior senator. Like, he's had his office position for quite some time. So it's just sad. Is it greed? Obviously. Why do you need to take a bribe, man? If you're such a good guy, why do you have gold bars in your house? Why do you have stacks of cash? Why did you allow someone buy you a Mercedes who's actually the person turning you in, so that he doesn't go to jail for very long? I'm sure he's still going to jail, but it's just really weird. I don't get it. And he was indicted in corruption charges here in 2015, and then the charges were dropped. So they were watching him, and he still did it. Look at that right here. In 2015, Menendez was indicted on federal corruption charges. The jury was unable to reach a verdict. They probably got paid off, and the charges were dropped in 2018. And Menendez for accepting gifts from donor Solomon Melgen without obtaining committee approval, failing to disclose certain gifts, and using his position as a senator to advance Melgen's interests. So, and this all went down while Democrats were in charge. So this is so bad that no one wanted to hide this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it's a sad day for America. It really is. It just goes to show you that you can't trust the people that you vote for, the people that are in charge of spending your money, your tax money, and it's just a sad day in America. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think it's awful, and I don't know what else to say. It's just a sad day. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.